Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vase. Just got home actually. It's about midnight New York time. I was out. This has to be a quick show because I want to go to sleep. I got like 4 podcasts tomorrow. Now, in case you're wondering why I don't have my camera turned on, that's because I didn't do anything different. But for some insane reason, my webcam is showing me upside down. And I have absolutely no idea how or why, because the last time I used my computer, I was streaming as a guest on the Hyperwave channel and my camera was not upside down. Okay. And again, these are all the things that, unless you're a live podcaster, these are the problems you don't actually have to deal with, because for no reason at all, my camera's upside down. So the funny thing is that if I switched to my laptop camera, it's actually right side up, but it's supposed to be upside down because the way I have my computer situated right now, it's like it's a foldable. So my the camera that's supposed to be upside down is right side up, and the camera that's supposed to be right side up is showing me right upside down. So I'll restart my computer in the morning, and if it doesn't work, I have no idea how I'm possibly going to fix this because I didn't do anything. Um, so there you go. So that's what my current problem is. But I'm sure everybody's problem is Bitcoin. So there's definitely going to be a lot more screen share today. Um, all right. Um, is this working? Yeah, there's the live chat. All right. So as usual, my standard disclaimer, I have an educational site, Liberty Life Trail. Please check out the Learn Trading section. It's right here, Learn Trading. It's part of the educational tools section. Most of it is traditional trading, but every video I have someone asking me, how do you get the numbers above and below the candles? What are they? Well, just read section 6 and you will know exactly what those numbers are. Why am I having a problem highlighting? I don't know what's going on, guys. This might be a rough show today. You also please check out the consulting section, and of course my seminars, the trading seminars. People are starting to inquire about these things. So the one in Moscow and Kiev, they're going to be in Russian, but the ones in Vancouver, San Fran, Austin, Toronto, and Miami, 5 consecutive Saturdays between the last Saturday of March and the last Saturday of April. They're all going to be in English. So if you're interested to learn trading, there you go. Hit me up. All right. All right, let's just get right to it. That's bad. So this is my 3rd podcast today. Please check out Hyperwave. We did a podcast with Tyler and Leah today. If you go to the Hyperwave YouTube channel, Hyperwave YouTube, there it is. Why are there 2 of them? I think it's this one. There it is. Okay, so and there it is. I was on this show. Hey, there's Leah. So I was on this podcast talking the same stuff I normally talk about. I wasn't really gonna go live tonight because of this podcast, because I said everything I needed to say this afternoon, but only because the price has dipped more that I decided to do this the moment I got home, and just to give you guys an update. But definitely go and check that out. Check me out on Hyperwave from earlier today, and you'll hear what I said. So the weekly candle is starting to get really, really nasty. It's starting to look really, really bad. We need to pull back up. Otherwise, everything is in danger, right? So at this point, the weekly candles, you want to wait. You want to wait and see how the week closes on Sunday. So there's still a chance for a major pullback, but at the moment it's not looking likely. If the candle closes where it is today, everything is pretty much in danger. So there's really not much to talk about weekly yet. So as you can see, uh, this candle is now halfway to ending. We're about half a day in, and because it started at 7 p.m. Well, actually not half a day. Sorry, we're only about a few hours into this candle, and it's already looking bad. Now there's plenty of time to go back to the upside, but what was I saying in the beginning of this candle? To look for a 1 to 4 day pullback, but no way that I expect a pullback to go lower than the prior swing low. That's not a pullback. This is now a full-blown downtrend that at this point, again, the last hope that I see here is a reversal in this candle over the next, 24 hours to give us a reversal doji. That's pretty much what I'm looking for here. If not, I mean that's it. I mean, there's no support here. This is it. This is the last line that I have drawn. There is nothing else here. Absolutely nothing. I mean, here, I mean, I'll extend this line. I didn't think I'd have to, but I'll extend it. I'll extend this line too, but that's it. We're running out of support, and you know, keep trying to time the dip here, and that's it. The time is up. So if this candle does not give you a reversal candle with tomorrow going back above the trend line and the day after going back above the 50-day moving average, everything's in danger. The $6,000 bottom becomes in very critical danger. The last hope that I would have to bounce the market is 5 days from now, we get a 9 at $7,500 area. Because if we fall below $7,500 area, I'm looking for targets, 5,000 and below. It's bad. There's nothing positive in these charts. There's really nothing. So there's really not that much to say. I'll take a few of your questions. I don't have anybody doing questions yet. I think Corey's going to be able to do it in like 20 minutes or so, 15 minutes. But at the moment, I don't have anybody sourcing questions, so that's okay. There's nothing I can say, right? I mean, the candle that completed was really bad. I mean, we needed a big rebound to get us back above the 50-day moving average. Now that we had a candle open and close below the 50-day moving average, 50-day moving average is now resistance. If this candle opens and closes below the trend line is now resistance. It's it's not good. Thanks, Chester. I like your comment. When do the cooking videos start? Well, pretty soon, though. If Bitcoin continues on this trend, the cooking videos are going to start with how to cook ramen noodles or a cup of soup. So we'll see where this goes. But this is not good. I mean, it's starting to make me nervous a little bit. The good news is my services and my seminars have just become unreasonably cheap. So enjoy those while you can. But yeah, Bitcoin's at 8,700. That's rough. It's gonna be rough. I mean, there's all this open air. I mean, we were ready for the open air to the upside, and just the correction turned into something serious. Let's look at the log chart. Like, there's these giant gaps, and we're on a 4 of 9. So this is just plenty of downside here. Like it's not good, not good. Let me go to the 4 hour. The 4 hour is on a 5 of 9. Again, not good. Like this bearish momentum is just building. Um, where could you have gone short? Well, on a daily, right? Like I'm gonna delete this slide because it's not fair for me to leave it. Um, hey, thanks for the tip, Sam. Like technically speaking, a red 2 trading below a red 1 is a bearish trade. I would never have taken on this bearish trade, which is why I'm going to delete that red line. But if you strictly traded this indicator, that would have been your short position. Your stop loss would have been the swing high, the short position. If you strictly traded the TI indicator, your short position would have been at 10,500 and your stop loss would have been at 11,700. If you did short, you would now totally lower the stop loss, um, all the way to about 9,900, below the 50-day moving average. I would never have taken on that short trade. I would have been trying to time the 1 to 4 day correction to the upside, not to the downside. Um, Yeah, and now it would be too late, right? Like I wouldn't take on the short trade now because uh I mean, you just consider it missed, right? I mean, Bitcoin just fell from almost 12,000 all the way down to 8,700. So if you weren't on the short trade, I wouldn't rush into this right now because, the bulk of it is probably done. So at this point, you just got to sit and wait for either a buying opportunity or for a reversal or, a pullback to the 50-day moving average from the downside and then try to time a reversal back to the downside. So I wouldn't really rush into it. Hey, thanks for the tips, guys. No, it wasn't a bear trap, right? Like the reason it wasn't a bear trap is because um, you just broke above all resistance. And if you had the trend line off of the log scale, you couldn't break a level of, there was one level of resistance yet to be broken. The momentum to me was a sequential 9 momentum, and I even warned people right here to look for a pullback. I just thought that the pullback was going to be reasonable, and keep us above $10,000. So it's not a bull trap because it didn't reverse in the middle of nowhere. It reversed where it was predictable that a reverse could happen. It's just that I didn't expect it to be this deep, and at this point you have to consider that it's not a short-term reversal. This is the beginning or the middle of a serious downtrend. I mean, these candles have been massive. I mean, Bitcoin's losing like $1,000 in value per day. I mean, that can only last 8 more days, right? Technically speaking, we can't keep dropping $1,000 every single day, right? Like eventually that goes to zero. So that's not going to happen. I mean, today's probably like one of the last big down days, and after that, it should slow down. Sorry, guys, past midnight here. I'm already tired. Need to go to bed. But yeah, I mean, it's hanging on right now on yet another level of support, but this support's weak. The 200-day moving average is weak. It's bad. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't risk a short trade here only because there wasn't a very good clean short entry, and now you just gotta wait. You gotta wait for a better trading opportunity. Um, Here's the 4 hour. So according to the 4 hour was cleaner on a short trade. If you did a short trade off the 4 hour, I mean, yeah, you have a one-off candle, and this one-off candle was almost a 7, so 8, 9, but it continues to go. So a 9 candle momentum. You're on a 5 of 9. I mean, you can say that there was a short here on the 4 hour at at what price? At around 9,600. But that would have been tricky because there is a bunch of support here. There's Fibonacci support. There is the setup trend line support. I mean, you really want to trade below the swing low from the other day. So the real short on the 4 hour would have come at 9,300. The stop loss. The stop loss would have come at the swing high, which is around 10,150. And now that you're dropping so much, I would already be looking to set break-even stops, assuming you did go short 9,600. Like the 4 hour looks bad. That's bearish. The daily is now pretty much bearish. The weekly is still neutral. The 1 hour is in about an hour and a half. You're gonna get a 9 on the 1 hour, and that should give you a little bit of relief, like this last 9 did. Like this last 9 gave you relief. Like if you're using the 1 hour chart to trade, again, educational channel, everything is hindsight. If you're using the 1 hour chart to trade, that was your short trade pretty much. Maybe even a little higher, right? Because you had consolidation and then you started to fall down. Even if you went short, sorry, for the audio listeners, the 1 hour did potentially call for a short around 9,200, and that was at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Um, Yeah, you could have also gone short below the swing low, which was just above 9,000. I would have waited for 9,000 to be broken to the downside. But again, I probably would not have taken on that short trade because it's already overextended. Also, um, even earlier, like this is what I mean. The moment lows get broken, I mean, things just go bad. The opposite is also true. The moment highs get broken, so you buy the breakout or you buy the breakdown. So right here, there's a breakdown at 9,500. The moment price of Bitcoin went below 9,500, and when did that happen? That happened at 11 a.m. Eastern time. The moment that happened, that's it. It was just down for the count and kept going lower. Somebody, thank you for the tip. Somebody asked me to take a look at the 5 hour chart. I've never in my life looked at a 5 hour chart. Um, so, but sure, why not? First time for everything, right? Um, I guess I gotta add it as an option. Never looked at a 5 hour chart before. Yeah, you got a 9 on a 5 hour chart, but like, what's the significance of that, right? Um, how useful has the 5 hour chart been? Yeah, I'm sure there's double bottoms on like 15 minutes and 5 minutes, but like that's not really relevant, right? Um, there's pretty much a 9 here. Well, almost has to go down. Nope, nope, that's 5 minute, 5 hour. Look, there will always be a time frame that gives you a 9. Doesn't mean that it's useful. I really don't think a 5 hour time frame is useful at all. So, all right, see what else you guys have. Can you explain the log versus linear charts? I haven't heard an explanation in the last few weeks. I thought I talked about it like yesterday or something. Like there really is no difference. It's really trader preference. But in Bitcoin, because the price moves so much, they're both useful in their own ways. I switched my trend line to array so that it adjusts. I thought they were both useful to keep an eye on. It's easier to spot a bubble with the linear chart because it goes crazier. Someone's asking, am I expecting a capitulation candle? Yeah, I am. I am expecting a capitulation candle, which is not good because a capitulation candle usually takes you like 5% lower, 10% lower. So, or more. So the capitulation candle, I mean, you've had a bunch of them, right? Yeah, this one, these two. I mean, the bottom was pretty much capitulation. If you want to see real capitulation, go back to, I'm not going to do it here, but go back to January of 2015, and then again August of 2015. You'll see capitulation candles. I'm hoping that the capitulation comes around the 9 so I can time the dip. Next question. Yeah, if you actually tag my name, I can spot the questions. Judging by the price drops, the volume and volume, would you say this is most likely one seller exiting large positions? No, I don't think so. I mean, the volume won't tell you that anyway. At least not, I mean, volume on an exchange might, but not like in real time. The volume isn't crazy high, right? I mean, look, we've had crazier volume all throughout. So the volume isn't unreasonably high, but it's pretty high. All right, I got 1,700 viewers right now. Holy shit. Um, when will we go back to 11K level? I have no idea, guys. I have none. At this point, if I had to choose 11K or 5K, I'd be leaning to 5K before 11K at this point. Is it possible for a CNH cup and handle? Well, yeah, to the downside, sure. Whoa, that's a lot of you guys throwing a lot of comments, right? Like, is this a giant cup and that's a candle? That's a handle? Maybe it's a stretch, but like, I don't think so. It's just been a really bad 4 days. Like, you keep thinking that we can't drop $1,000 for the fourth day in a row, and we did. So like, what can you do? Do you prefer stochastic RSI or RSI? I prefer RSI. I'm not really an expert stochastic RSI. I didn't really learn it, so I don't really use it. Someone says I can see how Litecoin can beat Bitcoin. Well, then you're seeing something I don't, because that's impossible. Next, if we drop below 8,500, what's the next support level? I only have one support level left, and that's 7,500. If 7,500 goes now, then it's 5,000 for my targets. And then you don't want to know what happens if we actually get to 5,000. Let me see. Does it mean anything that the drops are happening on elevated volume? Not really. It doesn't really mean all that much because it just means that all of these people that sold are probably going to be buyers, except Kobayashi that's selling Mt. Gox coins, which I'm going to be irate about tomorrow some more, but not today. I'm too tired. What do you think is the bottom? 1300, guys. I've said this, I've been saying it for like a year, right? Like, we never properly tested 1300. So if you ask me where the bottom is at 1300. Can we bottom above that? Of course we can. I thought we had bottomed at 6,000, but if we go much lower, that's going to be in jeopardy. My bottom is 1,300. That's the only price of Bitcoin I would consider selling my apartment and buying Bitcoin, right? Like that's my ultimate bottom. Are we going to get there? I hope we don't. Damn. I really hope we don't. But that's the bottom. You never want to get to the bottom in life or in trading. Do you think you'll keep dropping? Yeah, momentum tends to stay with momentum, right? We're now on a 4 of 9. We have gone way beyond the 4-day correction, and it's now a full-blown downtrend. So yeah, I'm expecting lower prices. Is this the beginning of a multi-year bear market? No. Could we be in the middle of a 12-month bear market? Yeah, because we've already been going down for a good 3 months, right? What is a capitulation candle? Well, Google Google is your friend, right? Like, if you don't understand a certain word, all you got to do is Google it. A capitulation candle is a big crash candle that ends the downtrend, because that's when the last guy that didn't sell finally sells, and then there's nobody left to sell, and the market goes to the upside. How do I determine which moving average to use? Well, it's either trial and error, or you tailor it to your asset, or you use what the majority of traders are using. I like to use 50 and 200, but I've recently been using the 128. This has absolutely nothing to do with Trump. Yeah, the Mt. Gox bear whale. Watch the show this morning. Just watch the show this morning, right? Go to my YouTube channel. Watch the last video on my YouTube channel. I mean, I've been cursing out that guy last night and this morning. So please check those out. I'll talk more about the the Mt. Gox selling tomorrow morning, guys. Do you think we will recover if we fall below 6,000? Absolutely. I think the point of no return is under 1,300. But as long as we bounce off 1,300, we'll be fine, and we'll go back to all-time highs. Is 3,000 in the books? No, not yet. Not yet. We can still reverse in from 7,600, 7,500. I'm not going down to 3,000 yet. Where do I think we bounce from at this point? At this point, I think the best likelihood for a bounce is 7,500, 7,600. Someone's asking me if I've seen Philicone's uh stream. I've actually never seen any of his videos. I think he watches my videos, but I just don't have time. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not just a trader. My number one job is to help Bitcoin. My number one job is to evangelize Bitcoin. This trading stuff is second, right? So, yes, yesterday I did 4 live streams. Today I only did 3. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna do 4, right? I interview people, I talk about Bitcoin, I explain why Ethereum is going to zero, I explain why Bcash is going to zero, I explain why all of these things are scams from Ethereum to Bcash to Ripple, right? That's my number one job. This trading stuff is second. Um, how risky is it to short right now? It's actually pretty risky to short right now, mostly because if you're shorting now, you've missed the move from, you've already missed like a $4,000 move. So not four, but $3,000 move. So I think it's a little risky to short now. I can't see it being a good risk reward ratio. People are saying Japan seller is going to dump more Bitcoin. I personally don't think he's going to dump another Satoshi. I really think that he has. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow more. I'm just really tired right now, so I'm not going to get into it. But I don't think he's going to sell anymore. I think he's going to get enough demand for him to sell it OTC because there's so many people with so much Bitcoin and so much more money ready to buy more Bitcoin that they're not too happy with him right now, because not only did those sales hurt the market, they hurt the confidence of the market. And the confidence is probably one of the most important things there is. I'm interviewing Cliff High on Monday. And I'm interviewing Slush tomorrow, guys. We're going to talk about the new Dragon Mint miners and overt ASIC boost. So tomorrow I'll be talking with the CEO of Slush, not Slush himself, but CEO of Slush. All right. So Chad is jumping around a bit. IOTA's a scam, guys. Stop. Stop with the nonsense. IOTA is a straight up scam. And I'm not going to even explain why. Figure it out. Let me see here. Someone is asking me to look at the 12-hour chart. 12-hour I've looked at before. Yeah, see, 12-hour also had a 9, and then it didn't close that way. And 12-hour is now on an 8, so 12-hour has been good, actually. Look, 12-hour gave you a 9 at the top back in on the 20th. 12-hour gave you the perfect low on February 25th. And I mean, I would consider this price flip on January 5th. So January. I did that again. I did that this morning too, I think. March 5th. It was a 9 that turned into a 1 by the close of candle. So there was definitely a signal there. My latest code is gonna have alerts, and you would get alerted the moment a 9 appears, not the ending of the candle. What do you see at 7,400 that you think it will bounce from there? I always found 7,500 very critical. I found it to be critical on the way up. We did bounce from there the first time when we were coming down, even though we had a much bigger bounce from 6. It'll also give you this, uh, reverse head and shoulders kind of thing, because 7,500 I do see as somewhat critical, and because I know 6,000 will not bounce the price, right? So either we got to reverse from reasonably higher than 6,000. So 75,000 is reasonable for that, or we got to bounce significantly lower than 6,000. So it's either 7,500 or 5,000. Those are my high probability reversals. 6,000 is the worst probability reversal because I don't expect it to hold it again. Do I use Fibonacci's? Yeah, all of these horizontal blue lines on the screen are Fibonacci's. If drawn from 20,000 top to $6,000 low, yeah, I know I have those, guys. Come on, you must be new here. There they are. I mean, those are the Fibonacci's. Here I start at 20,000. I end at 6,000. You are sitting. You have broken below all the Fibonacci's, right? There is that weird 76% Fibonacci, which I don't normally use. I can pull it up just to see where it would be. I guess that's it. Yeah, that's the 23% Fibonacci. And we've already broken it. So that's it. Like Fibonacci's are done. We broke the 38% one for 2 days and then went back below it, so it's over. Like Fibonacci's are totally useless right now. I mean, I'm new to hyperwaves, so I don't really factor it into my analysis. Hyperwaves are way more long term than what I do. See what else we got here. Your question, I'm too tired to look at like December of 2017 and like another time. Sorry, guys. Um, am I gonna accept Filicone's $50,000 challenge? I have no idea what you're talking about. No, why would I ever risk $50,000? I can do so much more with that than risk it in a bet. I'll do a traditional market video soon, and I'll look at the Dow Jones then. I don't have a Lambo, guys. My car is 10 years old. Um, I get a lot of imposters. Lately it's been like fake tone vases on Telegram trying to scam a bunch of people, telling them that they can promote their ICOs on my YouTube channel. Now, to be honest with you, I don't really care if a scammer is scamming a scammer. So I don't like any altcoins. They're all nonsense. There's a chance we can find support at 3,000. It's not like I I'd give it a low probability, but it's possible. I don't know where a Gartley pattern is. I have no idea who charting guys are. Let me see the price of B trash. Nah, it's not falling. It's kind of just stuck there. So yeah. So I'm not even going to bed happy. If B trash was down at around, under 10,000, under 10%, that'd be nice. Why is the chance low at 3,000? Because 3,000 was already support. If you've already been support once, the chances of it being support again are very low. And 3,000 was support when we fell from 5,000 back in the summer. There's no innovation in altcoins, guys. There's none. It's not that I hate innovation. It's not. There is no innovation. There is no innovation about Ethereum. There's no innovation about an ICO. There's no innovation there. You just think you're gonna get rich. There is no innovation. The only innovation in all of crypto is Bitcoin. There is no other innovation. It's just scams. It's just people trying to take money from you because they think that their idea is worth millions of dollars when in reality it's worth shit. There's no innovation there's no innovation anywhere in the crypto space except Bitcoin. That's the only innovation. I don't really, yeah, I look for old resistance as support, but not really old resistance, right? I look for old highs as support. And if it's already been support, then it's now weak. I have no idea when this one stabilized, right? I'm doing like God knows how many videos a day just to get it's just for myself. Why am I still looking at P trash? Do I see any chance of a bounce right here? Not really, but I hope it happens. No, I wasn't drinking tonight. I've actually been really good now that I'm home. I've almost didn't drink. The only time I've drank since I've been home is literally when I'm out with my family, which is probably the worst when it comes to drinking. I've never used Ichimoku in my life. My fibs are backwards. It doesn't really matter, right? I mean, they're symmetric. NAM's a scam. No. Oh, okay. So here's the question. Has today's downturn changed your 2018 end of year Bitcoin price target? I didn't have one. I didn't have a 2018 end of year price target. All right, guys. I think that's it. I'm gonna call it a night. Um, I couldn't do camera today. This is why. My camera's upside down. I don't know how. I don't know why. I didn't turn it upside down. The camera is sitting exactly the webcam is sitting exactly where it was. My laptop camera is upside down because my computer is sitting upside down. And the irony of it is when I turn on my laptop camera, which is supposed to be upside down, it's actually right side up. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to figure out what the hell happened because I didn't change any settings. So there you go. That's kind of what I'm dealing with. All right, guys. On this note, I'm gonna call it a night. Once again, check out the seminars if you're in this. If you're in the city and you're interested, reach out. Shout out to the World Crypto Network for converting these into audio podcasts. So check that out. And of course, if you like my work and you want to support my work, please check out the affiliates and referral section of my website. All right. Lots of discount codes here. Say 50% on VPN. 10% on BitMEX commissions. 10% on buy the dip shirts. So check that out, and please, that's how you can support my work. All right, I will see you all bright and early tomorrow morning. Maybe not bright and early because Jimmy is in a time zone behind us. So probably a little bit later in the morning, but definitely check us out tomorrow and see you all on the next one.